Hello, you beautiful bitches. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for clicking this video. I do appreciate you. That's your girl Tyra, and over here I talk about my life. I do some reaction content, some drama content, and I also play with nails a lot. Whatever brought you here, I'm certainly glad to have you. So I just need you to sit back, relax, and let's get into this video. Hi. Oh my gosh, hi. I feel like it has been forever, and that's probably because it has been forever. The neighbors are rocking out to some, I don't know, rock music or something maybe. So if you hear that, I do apologize. They have their Christmas lights going and shit. And, you know, maybe that's just the West Virginian thing to do, you know, to have your Christmas lights going in the middle of July. That's totally a thing, I guess. But, yeah, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. I just smoked a Jilla with Bunny, and, yeah, I am just feeling a little pep in my step, which it's not that I haven't had a pep in my step. There just really hasn't been anything to talk about. But I know that I need to tell you guys about the freaking Greyhound trip here. Let's just get that out of the way, because I think that's why I'm dreading to record, because I know I have to tell the story and I don't even want to talk about it. But I have to tell you, and forgive me, I am walking around. There is a lot of property, a lot of land for them. And I'm like, you know, if I'm going to record and I'm going to be outside, it's been raining all day, so it's like, I don't know, 70 something degrees, you know, so it's just really nice outside. It ain't humid, it ain't nothing. And there's no sun, so it's just really nice out. And I'm like, if I'm going to be outside and I'm going to be recording outside, I don't want to be sitting down, even though I could be sitting down. And we all know how much I hate to be walking and recording and or filming. And I just feel like I'm running out of breath, and I hate that feeling. But for some reason, that's like how it is. Not to mention, I am still literally trying to get rid of the last of whatever this last virus was that went straight to my chest. I literally have not been able to breathe right for weeks. I know exactly what happened too, because I remember I was in the house for like a week straight. Didn't go outside because I just didn't feel like it. Like, I was perfectly content being in the house, even without AC. Like, I was content just being in the house, as long as I, you know, had a little nightgown on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have to wear a lot of clothes. I was straight. I keep having to take these like breathing breaks. And as long as I'm talking in my head, I have to be moving. But I have to keep taking these breathing breaks. And I hate that for me. Like, it just goes to show how lazy I've gotten. Because last summer, I lived outside. I had to walk all the time. You know, just to go potty was a gosh damn mission. You know what I'm saying? It was a mission to travel to use the damn potty. Anytime you gotta go potty. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a whole girl. Like, I pee a lot. I don't get to pee outside ever. But no, like, just trying to get rid of this virus. I had taken that NyQuil. I felt way better, right? Like, I had NyQuil. I took that for a couple days, slept for a couple days, felt better. But yeah, cannot breathe. This is what I get for, like, making fun of people who can't take 5 steps without breathing heavy as fuck, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, running out of fucking breath for real, for real. This is what I get for making fun of the shit like that. And that's karma working. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to show you what it feels like to not be able to breathe. And it's like, damn. But it is because I'm out of shape, too. It's not just because of the virus that went in my chest or whatever, right? Greyhound. It was so sweet. Spartacus, shout out to you. His girlfriend, I'm not going to say her name because I don't know that I don't know, I just know. I'm going to call her Mamas, okay? Him and Mamas. We went and had a drink, took me to the Greyhound. Me and Pookie said our goodbyes. It was very sad. He is very sensitive sometimes, so, like, of course, like, tears were gathering in his eyes, and I was just ready to get away. The last week with him had been torture. It had been hell. But the couple days leading up to really, really leaving and being able to leave and, like, really, really get the hell away from him, he started, to act better, and we had some really good couple days before this Greyhound trip, thank goodness, okay? Because, yeah, it had gotten to be so bad that I literally called my mother and I was like, oh my God, I need help. I need a fucking advance, dude. I need some money. Like, help me out. Help a sister out. And the way me and my mom are set up, like, when it comes to, like, helping me financially, it's just not something that I look to her for. So it's, just very that. Like, she looks out for my kids, and I do everything in my power to never have to ask her for money. You know what I'm saying? She is always the last case scenario, I guess we'll call it, right? I did not go to college. Don't judge me because I don't know how to talk. But no, she really is when it comes to financial help. And, I was very grateful for their help, her and her husband. So I get on this bus, and you know what? I last until like 3, 4 in the morning. And now, especially just because of driving, I'm ready to lay down. So I lay down about 5, 6 o'clock. I wake up before I know it, and it's 9 something, and we're about to be in Cleveland. And when we get to Cleveland, it's going to be 9 o'clock, and by 9:45, we're going to reboard this same bus. We don't have to worry about touching our bags, none of the things. We're reboarding this bus, and it's going to take me to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, if you don't know. I love me a good stop. Why? Because I get to smoke. Okay, so we have this 45-minute break, and while I'm smoking this cigarette, I'm noticing just how, like, I don't like the looks of Cleveland, Ohio. It looks very dreary, very old, not very city. I don't know. Cleveland just is not somewhere I would ever want to visit again, okay? And it wasn't a big deal. I'm just literally just giving you my opinion on where I was located, okay? Because I didn't leave this Greyhound station. I'm talking about where in Cleveland I was. And I'm like, oh gosh, like, I'm not leaving this Greyhound station, fuck this. I don't care if I'm hungry at the moment. Like, I'll just wait until we get back on this bus. 10 o'clock comes, and we're trying to figure out, like, what is really happening, because this new driver is supposed to come and get on this bus and take us to Pittsburgh already. I'm trying to really understand what this guy might be doing, that he's hitting something. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. Maybe I'm a total douchebag, like, and I'll totally accept that, but I feel like if I were, a neighbor and I'm working on something or whatever the case may be, and I see that, my neighbor across from me is outside chilling, it's a really nice night, she's probably enjoying the weather, she's talking to her phone, like, maybe this banging that I'm doing could probably wait until, like, another time. And I'm just kind of hoping that is what has happened, because, like, I can't record when that's happening, and I can't even focus when that's happening. There's something about repetitive noises to me, guys, and they will irritate the hell out of me. My poor children, like, if something repeats itself too much, and I mean, it could be anything. It could be a noise. It could be literally a speech pattern. It could just be something repeating. I will get so irritated, and what I'll do is I'll sit there and I'll just like be tortured through it, and eventually I'll just pop the fuck off, and everyone's like, oh my God, what just happened? Like, holy shit, like, look at her bitch, you know, like, popping off right now. But that's what happens. I, like, bottle it up, and then eventually I'm like, stop it! Like, a whole, like, crazy. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think, right? Like, do you, like, because he clearly sees me. He sees me sitting on the porch. I was, you know, walking up and down. Right now I'm sitting here smoking a square, but, like... Right, though? Like, it's a nice night. Like, damn, I gotta listen to that? It's very touch and go with him. Very touch and go. I sit here and then I feel like, oh my gosh, pick up the phone and just, like, shut up when he starts banging. And I think that's what I'm gonna have to start doing. Just shut up when when I realize that he's banging, right? Oh, the struggle is real in West Virginia, baby. You know, anytime I do that little sing rappy thing that will like come out of my mouth every, you know, few years, I think, I say to myself, like, what is that? What is that exactly? And why does it always have to end in yeah, baby? Baby. Just like that, baby. 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 See, baby is just the best way to end any, like... Oh, I'm such a nerd. No. I'm also starting to see hella lightning bugs, and I promise you, I want to go catch them. And that would be the silliest thing ever, but I feel like... Here's the thing, right? I got different friends who have said different things. You know, one friend is like, you need to connect with nature. And I'm like, oh my God, like what? Become Snow White and all the fucking, the varmin, the critters? All the critters will be my friend. Ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't got time for that over here in West Virginia. Okay? I don't got time for it. Don't got time for it. My Granny T voice. Okay? Ain't got time for it. So I'm consciously, you know, trying to spend time outside. I went on the trampoline yesterday. I was recording for you, and I ended up just scrapping it because I was talking about a bunch of nothing. At least in this video, at least it's halfway fucking entertaining, okay? And I know that to be a fact. Like this one, I won't be scrapping. But I get on this trampoline. First of all, it's so high off the ground. But I'm able, because I'm so flexible and, like, limber or whatever that word is. I did not go to college. Don't judge me very that. I was able to get my one leg up there, and I could obviously hop, you know, like with the other leg on the ground. And I get up there and I have to like, kind of like push my body into there as if I'm like giving birth to myself, right? Like I'm going through a birth canal. That's what I felt like, right? Like as I lunged into this trampoline situation, then I get in there with my shoes on, with these slippers, okay, that are just like floppy ass slippers. They're just floppy. Take your shoes off, girl, like you're doing a trampoline. And I do this huge jump, and I'm just going and going. And the panic that came over my body, I can't even explain. And I promise you, I would have fell to the floor. I would have fell with my big ass and just fell to the floor. But I was able to stop myself with my legs. I got out of that trampoline so fast. And then I ran to Bunny's room. And I'm like, no way, no how did I really just get on that trampoline. But bitch, I used to love me a good trampoline jump. And now I have a panic attack. Like, is this really what happens at 44? It's terrible. So I feel like what's the point of collecting lightning bugs? You know what I'm saying? Why would I even do that to myself? Oh my God, there's one right in front of me. I caught it. Hi, lightning bug. Oh, I caught it as soon as I went to try it. Look at that. I caught it as soon as I went to get it. It's on my leg now. Hi, little lightning bug. You came to me. Oh my goodness. What's the universe trying to tell me, little lightning bug? That's what I want to know. I need to go talk to the lightning bug. I feel like the universe is trying to tell me something. Yes, I did have my cards read recently. Jilly, this is all your fault. But I don't know, this lightning bug just keeps like flying from one appendage to the other. And I just feel like we should have a talk. See, friend, this is me being one with nature. I'm telling you, I know it's just a lightning bug, but like I really do have a thing for lightning bugs. I used to be the champion in the neighborhood. I always caught the most lightning bugs. So it's actually been about 20 minutes, and I realized that the lightning bugs are telling me, just come play with us. Like, I know you're 44, but it's okay to try to catch us, no matter how old you are. So I'm going to go do that, and then I will be back. And with the power of editing, you won't even know I was gone. I mean, I caught 13 of them, and I don't even feel like I was out there that long. I know I move a lot slower than I ever have in life, but, like, you know what I'm saying? I really just don't feel like I was really that, you know, slow out there. 13 of them. And did I have a jar with the little holes so they could breathe and they wouldn't die? Of course I didn't. But what I did is I made sure it was in my hand. And when I released it, I actually said the number out loud. So I got to 13, and I probably spent 20 minutes doing so. But I'm still the champion in my own head, and that's all that matters. And we can now continue with this video. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock comes around, and we're looking at this, like, Greyhound worker. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm the only one who works here. And, you know, my job is to clean out the buses when they come in. And, yeah, your driver said he was going to be late. No, my driver didn't show up at all. So now we're all freaking. And your girl is getting real tired. It's like noon, maybe even 11. No, like noon, 1 o'clock for sure. And I have to call Greyhound. They have to get me this now 4:40 bus that's going to get me to Pittsburgh. And then I can travel from there and do what I need to do and all the things. You know, there was no more sightseeing. It was nighttime again, you know. So Pittsburgh, like, I was like, okay, at least I'm going to be able to see Pittsburgh. It'll be daytime, and, you know, I'll do my traveling from there or whatever. At least, like, I'll get there eventually. Well, there was this picnic table that I was sitting at along with another kid. He was like my son's age, and he was smoking a little vape, and I'm over here smoking my squares. And I decided, you know what, since the kid got up, I'm like, I'm just going to take me a little nappy nap. I almost missed my 4:40 trip to Pittsburgh. Oh my God. And I had been there since 9 o'clock in the morning. So I spent a whole work day in Cleveland at the Greyhound station with not a single Greyhound worker there after like 2 p.m. So, like, no one was there to call Greyhound for you and, like, fix this problem. No, all of us had to fix our own problems. Finally, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I get to where my final destination is, and I'm just so happy to have made it to my destination. And now I have to text everybody, and now I have to get acclimated to this new life. My friend's having a hard time finding me because she doesn't know which side of the road I'm on, and then she can't barely see right, but then she's excited, and then I'm sure that played into not being able to find me. And then I had to, like, walk out into the street, and then we're playing that game. Then I finally get here. Then she has this bottle of vanilla Crown Royal, which is, oh my gosh, it's terrible. I've only drank from it 2 nights, and the second time, I'm telling you, I probably had 2 shots, and I was, like, done for, and I could not even, like, drink it anymore. Dude, it's too thick. It's too rich. I don't know what we're supposed to call liquor, but it is not, it's not Patron. You know, like that is even vodka. Like I will take shots of vodka. And it's not a thick liquor. I don't know how else to say it. She said if it wasn't vanilla though, that most likely it would, you know, for sure be like at least drinkable for me. So I'm gonna hope that Crown Royal doesn't just taste like that in general. And the whole time I've been here, it's just been me and her kicking it and hanging out, and or me fixing the room and, you know, putting the bed together, putting the frame together, cleaning furniture to put in my room and figure out what I want to, you know, put my nail stuff on and how I want to put it on there. And, you know, like it's just been a lot of that. And, you know, I have another friend who needs me to start journaling, and not needs me. That sounded so weird, right? No, says that I need to start journaling. That's what I'm trying to say. That I'm supposed to make sure that I like start journaling again, because I did. I fell off, you know, in Chicago. I really did. And, you know, a lot of my content will be journal entries. I've already talked about that for Nichole TV 2.0. That's going to be something new for everybody. And at first it will be for just members, you know, and I will start recording those because they're very intimate and, you know, they're just very detailed and all those things. But eventually they will be public, and I'll be ready to release them one by one. And you guys can have a glimpse into my life when things were bad, because now in my life things are good, right? Like that's where I want to be. I want to be in a really good place in life when I share bad place in my life. I don't like to come to YouTube with problems. And I think if I started reading journal entries, I would see that I'm still obviously willing to deal with the same problems, because I still speak to him every day, multiple times a day. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not calling him, he's calling me. And that's the way that it has been. And I don't see that changing. You know what I'm saying? And as long as he takes care of business and does the, you know, few things that he's been asked of, then, you know, I contemplate, I guess, a future with him, you know, and as he does me. And I, you know, could be totally wrong, but at least in the moment, you know, so even talking about bad times are not even things that I want to talk about right now, because I'm not experiencing any bad times. I think last night I would say he had a bad night, right? Like maybe he was in his guts last night, but it was the first night in 2 weeks that, you know what I'm saying, things got a little, I don't know, negative in a way, I suppose. Like just him being in his guts, right? Like I guess it's a negative thing, but like it's not, right? Like it's okay to be in your feelings. And it's the first time in 2 weeks since I've been here. So, yeah, you know, just I'm not dealing with bullshit right now. And I totally don't want to live through the bad times until either we're not together or, you know, we've gotten through them bad times and now we're living our best lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be one or the other. But I need to start journaling, because I will be sharing journal entries, like I said, on members only here pretty shortly. Just talking about life in general. It doesn't have to be about my relationship, because my life, my world was surrounded by my relationship. That's all I, you know, had, right? That's all I dealt with, you know. I didn't even deal with so much on YouTube because of, you know, dealing with the relationship. Like, that played president in my life for sure. And, yeah, that's really where where I've been at. So I'm excited to start seeing where my thoughts take me when I'm able to think about things other than just, I guess, my relationship. you know, and that's a very intimate part of my life in general. So certainly I've shared, you know, quite a bit about my relationship, but you guys can only imagine that you know, get 2% of, you know, 100. So there's plenty that I don't say, you know, and eventually, and one day I will, you know, I know that. And like I said, it just will be once I know we're not going to be together, and, you know, I can grieve the true ending, I suppose, of like a really, you know, important chapter of my life, this relationship with him. Or, you know, we are madly in love and getting married, living in Waukegan, or, you know, whatever suburb we choose, and, you know, we're going to be straight. We're going to be good. You know, it's been 2 weeks, and all I literally want to do is either eat, sleep, do my nails. That's pretty much it, guys. Like, I have not been wanting to even think about filming because I don't like the backdrop of, like, just sitting around in one of the rooms, you know what I'm saying? Even though I could. But, like, they also hang out in their living room, you know what I'm saying? So, like, why would I film out there? Like, I can't. I don't know. It's hard to explain. And, you know, you want, like, a certain privacy, I think, when it comes to filming. It doesn't bother me to, you know, film or record in front of anybody anymore, but you still want a certain kind of privacy. Like, you don't want the background of the TV and things like that. Like, they utilize their living room, you know? So, like, I have to continue to just work on getting my room to where it needs to be so I can film and not do this, what I consider to be lazy content. It's very lazy to just do a voiceover and, you know, talk to you guys, but it's better than nothing, and I do know that. So, like, I'm not gonna minimize my content just because I have to be utilizing lazy content for right now, until I feel comfortable with the background of what I got going on, you know. Not to mention, my room is the only place that I could film. I can do TikToks while they're watching TV because I can put the volume down low enough and voiceovers and stuff like that. Like, that doesn't do nothing. But I can't film a video for YouTube. I'm very comfortable here. I feel very light here. It's extremely peaceful here. I think her husband's being, like, the true MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like, the true MVP here. He has a strange woman in his house. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he's thought all kinds of crazy mess. But, like, at least he doesn't act like it. So if he thinks negative things about me, at least, like, he doesn't treat me as though he does. So that's a plus, right? Like, that we got to give him some props for that. It's got to be hard. Because if I'm not looking for Bunny, Bunny's looking for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm very preoccupied, whereas before I didn't even have my boyfriend up in my face, right? Like, so it's very different, and I just have so much less time because I do spend time with Bunny and hang out with my friend, my homegirl, you know? I have a lot to do. I have a lot of goals. I have a lot of things that, like, I have planned and that I need to be doing. And I think I'm just scared to get going because I know once I start, I'm not allowed to stop. So I think I'm taking advantage of whatever time I have left because I know there's not much time left at all. And I'm just kind of utilizing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just taking advantage of whatever rest I'm allowed to have because, I mean, luckily for me, I've reached my threshold on on YouTube for the month of July. I won't even see a payment until August 21st, but it will be for the entire month of July. So that'll be nice. And like I said, I've already hit my threshold, so I know I'll be getting a check on August 21st. So I know I need to get to content. You know what I'm saying? You don't make lots of money on shorts. And if people tell you that, that's just silly. You make pennies, truly, when it comes to shorts. I wish I could tell you how much money, one could make on a video, on a short with, 500,000 views, but that happened way before I was monetized. And, it was a longer short. I know it wasn't an entire 3 minutes. I want to say it was probably 2 minutes once I edited it down and stuff. But, that one hitting 500,000. I bet you it could have brought me in a decent amount of money for sure, but it's definitely pennies compared to the dollars that are made on videos, if that makes sense. Because you can really make decent money on YouTube if you can really get your views up there. If there's one thing I know, it's how to work hard on YouTube. Like, I was putting out 1 to 3 videos a day for 3-4 years straight. You know what I'm saying? So the more content you make on top of getting even halfway decent views, you really can make decent money. It's really the amount of content. You know what I'm saying? If you could really push out content and make it where people want to watch it, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I know how to make money on YouTube. If there's one thing I know where to make money, it's on YouTube. So yeah, like I'm just gonna do that. And I have to obviously start, and I'm no stranger to hard work. I'm no stranger to working for free. So I was putting in 18-hour days, not making a single penny, and that's what it takes to, I guess, get monetized in 10 months and, be able to have memberships and things like that help with, this income, this other stream of income. So, yeah, I got to get going. I got to get moving on it. I'm just really, just taking advantage of being able to sleep and not have to, work. It's coming, the day is coming, and it's coming soon, like in the next couple of days. So I better just really take advantage. I need to go journal, guys. I'm going to get off of here. I've talked your ear off long enough. And yeah, I'm going to get this video up, and I hope you guys are having a great day or night wherever it is you are. And I will see you on the next one. Oh, God, that's what I have an outro for. Tyra. No, I really hope you guys are having a great week and had a great weekend. I'm sure I'll be on later with some thoughts, because I definitely have some things I want to say. I just won't be saying them in this video. Appreciate you guys. Purple hearts down below if you made it this far. You know you're a real one. I hope you have a great day or night wherever it is you are, and I'll see you on the next one.